योगी युञ्जित सततम आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकी यच्चित्तात्मा निराशीर अपरिग्रह. Hello friends, this is the 10th shlok of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Yogi Yunjita Satatam, which means the yogi who is always joined to Atmanam Rahasi Sthitah, which means the one situated in the self. Ekaki Yachittatma, which means alone in control of his mind. Nirashira Parigraha, which means renounces all desires and possessions. So, in the previous shlok, Sri Krishna has described how a knowledgeable person or a wise person is the one who seeks the welfare of everybody, be it his enemy or his friend, be it a sage or a sinner. Now, this is something which is easier said than done. And so, in this shlok, Sri Krishna is describing how a wise person is able to maintain this feeling of the welfare for all, be it his enemy or his friend or a sage or a sinner. So, what he says is that a wise person, he is a yogi and he is always joined to the divinity which is present inside him, and he is the one who stays alone by staying in control of his mind. So he basically is the one who keeps the external senses away from him, and by that he is able to control his mind. And this controlling of the mind and this renunciation of the external influences is attained by him through the renunciation of all the desires and possessions. So let's understand how a person becomes friend of everyone through renunciation of the desires and possessions. So in our life, we are always living with an identity which we associate with our ego. So that is me, and this ego basically possesses a lot of things. So you can call that mine. Then there are some things that this ego wants to possess, so that is should be mine. And then there are some things that the ego does not want to possess. The ego really wants to run away from them, so that is should not be mine. So these are the four things that are there. So when we live our life, we live with these four important things where the center of our existence is me, and then there are three things which are circulating around us, which is mine, should be mine, and should not be mine. So what you can do is basically to picturize this situation, you can think of everybody to be something like a being who has me at the center, and then three things rotating around him, which is the me, which is mine, should not be mine, and should be mine. So when we are navigating our life and we are going through our daily activities and living our life in this world, then we are always moving around with me as the center and these three things to be revolving around us. And the larger this me is, and larger this need and possession and aspirations are, the larger this circle actually is. Now, when we move around in this universe, there are others also who are moving around with their me, their mine, their should be mine, their should not be mine. And so, when we move around like this, when this circle is large, we have larger and larger collisions with others, we have larger and larger frictions with others, and this collision and this friction is what leads to all the problem. This is what makes us the enemy of others. This is what leads to conflict of ours with others. So the problem is that we think that by expanding this more and more and more, we basically will become more and more happy. But actually, what happens is that with this expansion, we get more collisions, and because of more collisions, we actually become more and more sad and more worried. And so we make more and more enemies because we have more collisions. So the only way for us to really avoid these collisions is to shrink this circle inwards. If we can shrink our mine, if we shrink our should be mine and should not be mine to zero, then of course there will be no collision at all. And when we'll not have any collision with anybody, then of course we'll become friends, because then our natural uh, our natural behavior actually comes in forth. Our natural characteristics come forth, which is friendship, which is satisfaction, which is happiness, and so all these collisions will actually disappear. So that is what Sri Krishna is telling over here, that a person should drop the should be mine and should not be mine. By doing that, the person becomes nirashi, which means the person does not have any aspirations. And by dropping me and mine, the person becomes vairagi, or the person becomes the person who does not have any parigraha, so he becomes aparigraha. So by doing that, a person basically drops everything which causes friction, and as all the frictions drop, the person basically becomes one with the divinity, because me is gone, mine is gone. And here you have to understand that by dropping this me and mine, we are also dropping the possessions which are associated with our identity. So it's very easy for us to really drop the material possessions, as such, that okay, I'll drop my properties, for example, or my money, and all those things I'll renounce. But the renunciation of the identity, the things we identify with, that I am this, I am that, I am belonging to a country, I am belonging to a religion, that also has to be dropped. When we drop that, that is when we become one with the divinity which is present inside us, and this divinity is present in everyone. And so when we drop all these external wrong identifications and all our material objects, then we start identifying with this divinity which is present in all of us, and so we become all of them. And when we become all of them, then of course there is no enmity with anybody, because then they are us and we are them. So that is what Sri Krishna is telling over here, that the person becomes friends of all by renunciation of possessions and aspirations, and also identities. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.